Welcome back to this episode of the Man Card channel, where we're going to be making an organizer for all these annoying little bits that you might have rolling around in your toolbox.
Yeah, so we don't have an exact finished product, what it's going to look like. We have an idea as to what it's going to look like and what we're going to need to build it. Yeah. So we have a 1-inch piece of oak, which has been cut to the size of the drawer of Nick's new Husky tool chest. And we have a piece of 1-inch pine, which has been cut for the bottom, which will cover the magnets, but not enough to prevent them from sticking to the side of something metal. To make it, really you're just going to need, what is this,
7/16?
7/16 drill bit for the actual small drill bits themselves, a 3/4 inch Forstner bit for the magnets themselves, and some Titebond, which is going to be used to glue the pine to the oak, and we're going to secure it with some clamps. So let's go ahead and start drilling some holes and gluing some wood.
We have all of the areas where we're going to drill out marked 3/8 from the outside edge inward with a center line. We're going to be using a 17/64 drill bit is what the proper drill bit is. We have a fence in the back to kind of hold the center line straight to drill, so that should make that go quick, and then we'll have to readjust everything in a minute. But here we go. So we have our center line done. We won't bore you with doing the outside lines. We'll just get that done and we'll be right back. Alright, so I'm not really going to go with a measurement on these. We have 8 magnets. I'm going to try to fit 8 magnets in there. If I can't, it's not a big deal. But I am going to check the depth of the first hole. So we'll try that. I'll test a magnet in there. We'll see if I need to readjust the drill. And then we'll do that if so. Definitely got to go down some.
About double.
Yep. Keep that right where it is. I'd say that's probably exactly where we want to be, as long as I'm not dropping magnets. 7 more. Coming right up, Bobs. Alright, so we have all of our holes drilled for the magnets, so we're going to flip it over. We're going to fill all these holes with glue. I'm going to be using Titebond wood glue. It should be enough to keep the magnets in there. You got to remember we are going to be putting a bottom on it, so they're going to stand there regardless. So we'll start getting at that. Alright, let's start setting up the magnets. And make sure that we clean the top of the magnets off, because we don't really want much getting on there. We're not going to have much control over that once the base goes on, but we'll see what we can do. So Corey's just going to get the clamps ready. It's not going to take much. Like I said, we're going to want to try to keep most of the glue off the magnets. Not sure if that would inhibit it. Maybe that can be a project we do later on. Or maybe it's something we'll find out after the project's over.
Because remember, not all projects end in success.
Thank you. I really needed a reminder of that, didn't I? Where's that axe again? Pencils. Carpenter's pencils are not just for marking.
They're also for stirring coffee.
And whatever else you need them for. This is a toy clamp.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this?
You said to grab every clamp we had.
I forgot that I brought that.
Yeah, here.
Gotta make sure it's somewhat even. Why not, right?
That's why they call you clamps.
Ah, Futurama reference.
Maybe you should give him the clamps, Clamps.
Gee, you think? You think that maybe I should use these clamps that I use every day at every opportunity? You're a freaking genius, you idiot!
Alright, so we're gonna let all that glue set up. We will test it Friday. Friday?
Friday.
And well, it's Friday. So we had a few days for the glue to dry on the piece of oak and pine. So we're just going to start disassembling it now. Take all our clamps off. We're gonna go through and sand it down real quick. Make it look a little bit more acceptable, and then throw some lacquer on it. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Go over it. That was 120 grit on the orbital sander. Just gonna go over it with some 220. Alright, so that finishes the sanding with the 220 grit. We're going to just throw some of this Watco lacquer on there. It's the satin, just to kind of clean it up, give it a nice look, and then we'll assemble it by throwing the bits in there, and it'll be all done. Alright, here's the Watco lacquer satin. This is Polishing a Turd 101. Alright, so that looks like a light coat to me. Missed a few spots, so I went back around. So it's got a dry time of 2 hours before recoat. So, movie magic.
Thank you for joining this episode of the ManCart channel. Hope you enjoyed us making this bit organizer. It works pretty freaking well. It's a little on the heavy side. It's oak and bits are heavy. So the magnets in the bottom don't allow it to stick to the side of anything, but when it's in the drawer,
Yeah, it will keep it in place.
it does keep it held down with the magnets.
Yeah, we could go with adding more magnets or stronger magnets with a different one. I think we're going to make another one like a pegboard style.
At least one more.
Yeah, we're probably going to do a few of these. These are at least all the ones that I could find loose in my drawer. I think it was like something like 52 holes in here, and there's only 7 spaces free.
So, and that's not to say that we won't get more.
Oh God, no. And then
And
like
we've
we
got
said,
all
we got
the
longer ones.
The long bits.
And
which-
those would be nice to put on the pegboard.
That would be nice.
So we'll make one of those probably out of pine.
It'll be a lot lighter.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that in a future video. If you guys did like this, you know,
Go ahead and comment below, like the video, and remember to subscribe.
And you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram for shenanigans and updates.
As always, this is Nick.
This is Corey.
It's the ManCart channel. Signing up. And we don't need this.